Okay, so I'm not even going to hold y'all, but I need y'all to know this, that in the month of April, yeah, that's just last month, Black women recorded the largest loss of jobs among any other racial or gender group here in these United States of America. And this is according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. If you don't know, you need to go look it up. You need to Google it now. So while unemployment rates remained pretty steady at 4.2% overall, unemployment rates for Black women went from 5.1% to 6.1% in 1 month.
A few moments later.
First time in a long time that I am actually starting to panic. You know, I came from nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel. And I spent years building myself, educating myself.
All right, guys, I gotta talk about this story when it comes to Black women facing higher unemployment rates. Despite unemployment, generally speaking, studies have suggest stabilizing. It seems like Black women are facing a higher rate of unemployment. Let's read here. In April 2025, the unemployment rate for Black women in the United States rose 6.1%, a 0.7% increase from 5.4% in March. This rise in unemployment came alongside a loss of 38,000 jobs for Black women, with the number of unemployed Black women increasing by 106,000. Compared to the other groups, Black women experienced the most significant increase in unemployment. Now, feel free to chime in the comment section below as to why you guys think this is the case. Now, I do want to play a clip from this woman, okay, this Black woman, basically saying that she's panicking. Okay, she lost her job, she's panicking here, and she doesn't know what to do.
By May 8th, 2025, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs, including me. And those of us that's been out here trying to find work again, it's basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design, because there are over 100,000 women, Black women like me, who have the same story, who has applied for over 300 plus jobs and just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback. Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that has been more qualified for the job. Even though my experience and my education fits the job description perfectly. And I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so let's just pause right here. Now, when it comes to not being able to provide for your family, for yourself, a roof over your head, food in the fridge, so on and so forth. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, right? I wouldn't wish that on anyone where they're not able to provide and just have the bare bones essentials. But we can't ignore the fact that a lot of these model women have been saying for decades, really, they don't need a man. They're good on their own, demonizing and trying to shame men and bragging about your degrees, right? So, hey, let's continue here. But I doubt a lot of guys are gonna watch this and feel sorry for you, okay? I'm just keeping it real.
This is the first time in a long time that I am actually starting to panic. You know, I came from nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel. And I spent years building myself, educating myself, paying my way through college, going through a lot of experience to get to where I was in my career, for it just to be snatched away. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I am facing homelessness. I'm about to lose my car. I can't pay on my credit card, so my credit is about to take a severe hit. Dashing is not enough. It's just not enough money. There's so many people that are out here unemployed just like me. There's a lot of us that are out there.
I mean, here's the thing on this. And I get there's some folks out here living check to check. I get that. times are rough. But you were unemployed for what, a month, maybe? And you're already about to lose everything?
And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter move here. And it just, as a mother, I'm panicking because she didn't ask for this, you know. There's no way that I can ask my 20-something-year-old daughter to care for her able-bodied mother who cannot find a job. I am trying to keep myself sane by humor.
All right, so before we continue here, still no man in sight, right? She hasn't mentioned a man whatsoever. She's mentioned her daughter, and it seems like she's burnt up her savings. Okay, so she has no savings left. So unfortunately, in this situation, her daughter is the best thing that she has to help her, I guess, overcome this. And it's just unfortunate because in the community, you know, we see this time and time again where the kids have to reach back and help the parents.
There's only so much that you can keep up the mask before you start breaking. And when you have come out of a situation that you don't want to go back to, it puts you in a mental state, because I don't want to go back to homelessness. I don't want to go back to I just don't want to go back to that. And I thought I've done everything I could to prevent that from happening again.
Really? I mean, did she do everything in her power to not be in this situation? Because again, we haven't heard of any man thus far, and we're what, almost 5 minutes in. So I don't know. I don't know if she's done everything in her power. Let me know what you guys think about this, but let's keep going.
I slept in parks before. You know, I've walked the streets for hours when I used to be homeless. And that's why I worked so hard to put myself in a position to not go there again. I even got rejected I applied to be a cashier, a cook at a McDonald's. And the manager told me that I should be ashamed of applying for that position because I would be taking that job from other people who doesn't have the experience as I do. I don't give a damn what kind of job it is. I'm just trying to work to keep my head afloat and to keep myself off the street. I have nobody. It's just me. And I had to prepare my daughter for what I see coming. And as long as she's okay, I don't care about, I do care about going back to the street. I don't want to go back to the street. But as long as she's okay, then I know I'll be okay. As long as she has a roof over her head, even if I don't have. And I think it's by design, because every single job that I have applied for, I can count on one hand of how many interviews that I've been to. And the interviews were stellar. I come out feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this, blah, blah, blah. To only get an email saying that, hey, we didn't choose you for the position, choose somebody else. I even had 2 interviews set up to where the interviewers didn't even show up. So, yeah. And what is someone to do? What do they want us to do? A lot of us are going to be in the street, desperate. And I literally don't know what else to do. I'm trying not to crash out, but It's so fucking hard. I haven't even been in my apartment for a good 2 months now. $106,000 Black women laid off. And I think the most hurtful thing when I was laid off March 7th. I search for jobs every single day, sometimes applying for multiple positions for the same company. Applying for jobs that match my job skill, applying for jobs that I'm overqualified for. How can I tailor my resume for a job when my last two positions is an IT manager and an IT director? And if I apply for something that I'm underqualified for, they're not going to hire me. If I apply for a position that exactly meets my job skills, they don't hire me. I have revamped my resume so many times, I don't think I can revamp it anymore. People like to say, oh, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have the education, it's going to be easy. It is not easy out here, and it is not easy getting a job. And I'm scared. I'm scared with everything that's going on right now. I'm scared.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about that. According to her, she's scared, panicking. People are not showing up for interviews. She's tried reformatting her resume. Okay, tried switching it up, and still nothing. Still nothing. Okay, Black women are being unemployed and fired at an alarming rate. Okay, when you compare it to other groups. So let me know what you guys think about that. Why do you guys think that's the case? Okay, I'm gonna lean on you guys for this particular video. Now I'll say this, and this is just a general statement here. It's not just your degree that these companies look for, right? They also look for, can you be an asset to the company, right? Not just through your degrees and your diplomas, but they also look at the morale. Are you likable? Companies look at that. All right, guys, let's check out some of these comments. First commenter says, my ex-wife, who was a boss lady, is now cleaning houses, scrubbing toilets. All right, so next commenter says, y'all married the government and it now looks like the government has filed for divorce. Your husband, the government, will take care of you. You're right where your husband wants you. Remember, you're a boss, the most educated, and don't need a man. All right, so next commenter says, men have been going through these ups and downs and turnarounds as well. It's not just women. All right, so next commenter says, winner is here, Kevin Samuels. Yeah, so there you have it. So we'll leave it right there. Winner is here. Winner is here for some of these modern women talking about that they don't need a man. They don't need a man. And all a man is asking for is cooperation, right? More or less cooperation, positive attitude, and you're pretty much good to go. But you know, hey, if that's the hill that some of these modern women want to die on when it comes to proving how strong and independent they really are, it is what it is.